Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Moda Pro Mechanical keyboard and the Type-R Mousepad from Nixeus. If you watched any of my other videos, you probably know I also use the Nixeus Revel as my daily driver for FPS games, so I wanted to check out what kind of keyboards they had to offer. For some background, I've been using mechanical keyboards for years now. My favorite switch is Cherry MX Blues. Favorite brand is Ducky. I have multiple Ducky keyboards, and that's where I'm kind of basing this review off of. The aesthetic is going to be either you love it or you hate it kind of thing. That's all objective. As for the material, the base of the whole design is a nice machined aluminum. It has some definite nice heft to it, so it's very difficult to accidentally move around the keyboard if you don't mean to. The metal itself is very nice. It has these little plastic bumpers on each corner to stop you from scratching up the metal, which is pretty convenient. The feet on the keyboard are pretty standard. They're pretty simple to open and close. With the feet open and the kickouts having so much rubberized material, it's very difficult to actually move the keyboard on accident. With the kickouts up, the lift is about 1 inch. It's a pretty nice lift, really comfortable. Onto the cable, I actually really like the cable. It's a nice thick braided cable. It's not going anywhere, and I love braided cables for keyboards. I just can't stand them on mice. Right above the arrow keys, you'll find the Nixeus logo. It seems simply to be printed onto the actual keyboard itself. There are no multimedia extra keys on this board. And above the numpad, you'll find all the indicator LEDs for things like scroll lock and Windows key lock. Now on to the most important thing about a keyboard, the switches themselves. So I spoke to Nixeus about this, and the model I have are currently using, I'm going to probably say this wrong, but Gateron switches and Kale switches were what they were using, and I had not had a chance to try those switches out. So this is my first time with a third party, kind of like a copycat Cherry MX switch. And if you look on Amazon right now, you'll see a few reviews regarding the switches being poor quality. Because of this, Nixeus decided to go ahead and start using the Gateron switches. So hopefully going forward, there are no more issues with longevity with the keyboard. So far, I've used it for a couple weeks and I have not experienced any issues myself. And just so you guys can hear it firsthand, I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of me using it. And if I didn't mention it, these are basically the equivalent to Cherry MX Blue switches. So, and another big thing is, how does it feel compared to the Cherry MX Blue counterpart? I would say very close. There's not much of a big difference. I would say that the original Cherry MX Blues are a slight bit lighter. That could be because of the keyboard design that I use, which is a Ducky Legend at the moment. But overall, it's a really pleasant typing experience. And if you're using a membrane keyboard right now, you're going to see a huge improvement in typing. The main thing about this keyboard is what price it is. Now, briefly, I want to kind of discuss the mouse pad that they also offer, which is the Type-R. On the bottom right, you'll see the typical Nixeus logo, which thankfully doesn't look like it is printed on top of the mouse pad itself. It looks like it's inside of the fabric, so it won't peel off like some mouse pads. As for the control/speed, it feels, if you ever use a Zoe GSR, which is my main mouse pad, it feels similar to that and a cross between the Glorious mouse mats. It's a really comfortable experience, and I think it's going to last a lot longer than anything from SteelSeries, which I went through a while ago, and anything like that. As for my conclusion on the entire thing with the keyboard and all that, it doesn't have any RGB. It doesn't have any of that fancy gimmicky stuff that you see on Corsair or any of the other brands out there that have been trying to do this. It's just a simple typing experience. It has nice heft to it. It feels quality. And I believe they're using ABS keycaps on these. So I prefer PBT, but it's very rare to even find a keyboard even at a higher price point with PBT. So overall, the keyboard is a really great experience for the price. It's $64.99 to around $69.99, and it comes in Cherry MX Blue equivalent and Cherry MX Brown equivalent. So definitely go check it out. I got Amazon links in the description below. And I just want to mention that I am not paid, or this is not a sponsored review for this. This is my opinion and my opinion alone.